Hey everyone, this is Kevin from thechesswebsite.com. Today we're going to be taking a look at the English opening. And the English opening is a little bit different than the openings we've been taking a look at. And it's actually the first flank opening that we're going to take a look at, and I'll go over that here. English opening starts out pawn to c4, and this is a flank opening, basically meaning that you are attacking the center using pieces from the outside. So instead of thrusting forward with d4 or e4, you're trying to stake center control with your c pawn. This gets into kind of a hyper modern type of opening, meaning that you're going to attack with your minor pieces instead of using the pawns at the beginning. But right off the bat, white basically stakes claim to this d5 square, a very important square in any opening to control the center. And white's basically saying that I want to control the light squares. Obviously on black side, the two center squares, the light square and the dark square. And white says that he wants to control the light square. So eventually some of the common themes that you'll see white do in the English opening is he will fianchetto his bishop to the king side so that his light square bishop is actually giving more support to the d5 square, kind of the hyper modern opening that we talked about, attacking with your minor pieces. And then once the center is fortified and attacked by all the minor pieces, then we start to thrust forward with our pawns on the d and e files. So from here, black can continue in many variations. A lot of times you'll see either e5 or g6. E5 is usually the most common as black tries to gain center control, and black has basically said that I want to try to control the dark squares here with his pawn. And from here we're going to put more pressure on the light squares, and we're going to develop our knight. Again, this is a very strong opening here. We have center control on the d5 square, and we still have a lot that we can do as far as later on bringing our pawns into the game and figuring out what black's trying to do and counter that. So from here, black usually will develop his knight to f6, and here we're going to the main line, we're going to go ahead and start to fianchetto our bishop. And the reason is you always don't want to fianchetto your bishop unless you have a good reason to, but we do have a very good reason here. We want to solidify this d5 square, and we already have this pawn defending and this knight defending, and so our bishop here will develop our bishop along this diagonal and give another defender to the d5 square. So we are first going to bring our pawn to g3, and then black can decide. A lot of times you will see simply a c6 move, or you also may see black fianchetto on his king side as well. Both lines kind of the same concept, but we'll go ahead and just take a look if he develops his knight. We're going to go ahead and fianchetto our bishop here. As you see that we've talked about, we have lots of pressure on this d5 square, and eventually we can develop our knight to f3 and put pressure on the pawn here that black has on the e5 square. And eventually we can bring our pawn into the action, and then we can develop our bishop. Many times you will castle kingside with the fianchetto bishop. Keep in mind that when you fianchetto your bishop, that bishop now becomes very important. So this light square bishop, although it always is very important, the light square bishop for white, when you fianchetto, it's even more important. So you definitely don't want to sacrifice. A lot of common mistakes, people will fianchetto because they think they're supposed to, and then they will sacrifice for a knight. And basically you're just opening your king up when you don't have to. So only use this bishop that you fianchetto, in this case the light square bishop, if you have good reason to. He has a long diagonal that he can attack on, but keep him safe if you can at the beginning. Obviously later on when the attack starts to develop in the middle, you can figure out what you need to do best then, but for the time being, go ahead and keep him back. There are many different variations of the English opening, but just want to kind of give you a few of the key concepts as far as starting out. We'll do some follow-up videos as far as some other variations, but hope you guys enjoy the English opening. Hope you kind of have a feel for how you should approach it, and please subscribe to the videos. Have a lot more coming out. Hope you enjoyed, and see y'all next video.